This is such an interesting street, and I filmed it going one way already. I think I'm going to film it again going down this way, but it'll probably be a little bit different. So we're going to start on this view right here, kind of show you this area. So that's Ocean Gardens, is these blue buildings right here, and some of them are kind of green and white, but they're all Ocean Gardens. So this is kind of this giant self-contained area. And in the background you can see Zhuhai, China. So there's a river right here, the boat's inner harbor that goes through, and that's Hengqin, where they're building a financial district over there. So so we basically have that, and at nighttime those are all new buildings right there. Like, they all light up in a really interesting way, and they looks like looks like something you would see in Las Vegas, right? So they kind of have this lit up area like Las Vegas. This is interesting. There's like shoes right here, but actually this was prohibited from entering, so there's a sign right there. But anyways, we're not going to enter anyways. We're going to be going right on our focus street right here, which is Estrada de Sete Tanques, and I'll tell you all more about it in a moment. Okay, Macau 2022, filming the city street by street. Let's check it all out. Chiquinha, chiquinha, toma cuidado da bovidinha, chiquinha. Here we are on our focus street. Over there, there's a trail. You can get into the trail and go up into these hills, and you can see some trail markers up there, some rails. But that's not going to be our focus. Our focus is going to be this street right here. And yeah, here's this Zhuhai, China again in Ocean Gardens. We're going to be leaving this view in a moment, so we'll just kind of take it in. There's a bridge that I've never taken over there. It goes from Zhuhai to Hengqin, Zhuhai. Hengqin is the island that this is connected to. This little financial district right here, and then that goes all the way to all of Hengqin. And what we're going to do next, we're just going to walk down our street. These are Macau for the postbox, which is such a yesteryear thing now, right? You can see these white buildings right here. So these white buildings I think are like 4 or 5 stories high, and they built into the mountains. So when you're in Ocean Gardens, you can see these from way down there, and they look like they're built up in the hills, but then you access them kind of like how you'd access these. So there's all the entrances are up on the hills to the backside, which is where we're at now. Yeah, these are beautiful. Yeah, I just filmed the street. I'll put it up on different dates, so there's like a time gap between the two. But it's such an interesting area that I want to film it going downhill, which is what I'm going to do now after just filming it going uphill. These are kind of like mansions, right? Please don't enter without permission. So I think this is a private, there's like parking right here that's open to the public. So I think people can come up here and look at these views. You can see the train line right there too. See that? So that's our train line. It ends right there right now, and it's gonna continue on into the Macau side. But there's trains that can come through here right here as well. Let's see if we see one. I don't think we will, but these are those balconies of these tall apartments that are built into the mountainside. Beautiful purple flowers everywhere. And then this one we can't enter, so private area, do not enter. Surveillance, infrared security alarm system. So if you just walk down, apparently the infrared. So of course we're not going to do that. Yeah, and then right here is public parking, so anybody can park here for 4 hours. You can park up to 4 hours right in there. So it's a little bit interesting because these are like kind of high security, right? But there's like this parking right here for 4 hours that's public, so anybody can park here. But then up here you're going to see they have security as well. Those are beautiful. They're not really utilizing this balcony on this side, are they? I guess they Probably the other side is well utilized. They got a security up here. So this security is just for this space. Vivenda de Rosa. So we're just gonna walk by the guard here. And then now we're gonna enter into this other area, which has all these spaces. Wonder where that truck is going. Because up here we're kind of in the self-contained area. Okay, so now you can see these are like much smaller and kind of semi-abandoned, so they're kind of confusing. You can see like division of property right there. This one's extended out that way, and this one has some trees, but they're basically abandoned, right? There's hiking trails up that way. Got some parking for these cars up here. Again, it's kind of abandoned. The windows are just open all the time. Bamboo, just kind of garbage. Ropes. Looks like somebody like broke down the barrier. Looks like they had a way to go up and down and they broke down the barrier and just left it like that. Kind of peculiar as well. Looks like an abandoned building up there. Here's some car with, looks like the tires a little bit flat. There's another one with really flat tires because I walked by it already. Coke can sitting there. Looks like a spray can. Looks like people just kind of scaffolding bamboo. So yeah, this little stretch is strange, and I think I've seen apartments here for rent that are strangely low price with a lot of space, because it looks like it's like balcony right there, right? So one, like I think there's a garage that comes in here that takes up that space, and then there's and then you go down, there's another one, right? But you can see it's abandoned. I can see right through it to the other side there. And then this one, they don't even have the windows. The windows are out completely. It's possible that maybe this person lives on this floor and then this one is like abandoned on the second story. Like maybe there must be some reason for it though. I think that'd be kind of cool to have like 2 stories, right? Wish I knew more about that. There's some tags as well. Huh, okay. Keep on walking. Yeah, this is the one with the flat tires. And they got a bunch of stuff in there too, so it's like, and it's like growing, weeds are growing on there. It's so weird, right? Like how long's that been there? Looks like somebody put a bunch of their belongings in the car, closed the door, left. And there's like clothing in there, there's a flat tire, there's weeds or a tree or a plant or something growing on the wheel. Wonder what the story is with the background of that. Okay. So we got a runner coming up in a moment. So we're gonna be coming up in this little area. It's called Cidade de Lisboa. So we're gonna be walking up in that way in a minute. And I think we're gonna come all the way to the end of the street as well. So you kind of got an interesting part of Macau that you get to see today. Such a small car. So yeah, this is called the street of the city of Lisbon. Rua de Cidade de Lisboa. And this street is kind of a windy street that goes all the way up to the top. And then up at the top there's like some abandoned buildings. I did film that recently, so you can, if you look for that name of the street, you'll see that I posted that one. probably not too long ago. I filmed it today. I went up there and I filmed today, and then I went up the street and filmed one, and I'm coming back down the street and I'm going to film it again because it's totally different when you go down the same street in a different way. And over there is horse racing, so you can see way in the distance is China, Hengqin, China, but right here is like horse racing track, which actually has like a noise ordinance, so you actually don't hear them. It's really weird. So yeah, you got this major horse racing event, but there's no speakers or anything like that, so yeah, so funny, right? So I always thought they had to work the crowds up, right? Like yelling the horse races, horses are first, second, third, right? Like in the movies. Okay. So this is the entrance into this area called Cidade de Lisboa, and it goes up into the hills and it kind of sneaks around. So it's like not very linear, but you can walk up these stairs and then go straight up to the top, up to these hiking trails way in the back. That brown building over there is called Caritas. It's a school but yeah, there's schools everywhere in Macau. Yet another one, basically. Up there I can see these brown buildings overlooking. They're like abandoned. And over here there's other ones that are abandoned behind that Caritas, that brown building there. There's like a bunch of them that are abandoned over there too. So that's weird that there's other ones. You think up there must have been something that happened. There's another building in Macau side that's abandoned too, and the reason I heard that it's abandoned is because they didn't have the proper permits, so they built the building and then they had to abandon it because it wasn't legally built to code. It was too high. So I don't know what the story is with some of these abandoned buildings over here, but if you know it, I'd like to hear. Let's go like this. Yeah, and then over here, there's a street called Rua de Viseu, like Street of the View, and that's basically the one that's down below. This goes up into the Cidade de Lisboa street. Yeah, and we're just gonna go to where the end of the street is at, which isn't too far from here. Energy. So yeah, this whole street will end and then it'll start a new street, and we'll just film directly where that says. And I might even walk a little bit further and just kind of give you the view, so you can see the street with the view from the view that we're gonna walk to. Look at all those apartments. You got some good views there too. Okay. This building's called Edificio Vista, like the view something building. Then yeah, you can start seeing this. I think I'm gonna walk across now. Yeah, so that's our street, Estrada de Sete Tanques, and then Estrada Lo Lim Iok. Estrada means road, so that's a road that goes all the way down that way, and this is our focus road right here. Oh, Vista Linda, beautiful view building. So this building is called Beautiful View Building right here, Edificio Vista Linda, that one. And what we're gonna do is walk over here. Then this is actually a different street that I'm not going to film, but you can see it follows this way, and we're going to go down over here, and basically you can see that kind of cool thing I always like to notice. Then down here, this is all Taipa, so just so you kind of give a little context. Straight ahead is like Yo-Yo Towers right there, and then over here there's a Nova Central Mall right there, so that's the one that's behind this Yo-Yo Towers, and there's a tall building right there. And then those ones over there, not this one, but the ones behind it, they all go around this place called Taipa Central Park. So there's a giant park there that has a library inside, the basketball court, a giant swimming pool, really beautiful stuff like that. And then this one, it's kind of interesting because there's like a house right here. They got some land right on the mountainside, right? And so did this one too. So I think these are like private property, that one and that one, as far as I know. We're just gonna run across. So yeah, that's another street, Estrada Low Lim Yoke, goes all the way down. And then over there, there's a, you can barely see it, but there's a way to go downhill. There's an elevator straight that way. It goes down about 10 stories, I think. So you can get from there, from here down to there. But anyways, let me go back this way. And that was our target street right here. To give you one context, this is where this road starts at. That one. And then this road starts here. Or ends here. Let's end it right here. Okay, Macau 2022. Filming the city street by street. Let's check it all out. Chiquinha, Chiquinha.